I'm Kelly. Who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
Yo,
It's funny. See you guys later.
Yo, this is one of those shows. Saved by the Bell, by the way, premiered in 1989.
Wow.
Okay, and we were all teenagers. Well, some of us. I'm not sure.
Right.
Some are probably not even born.
Yeah, some of them not even born yet. But that show was one of those shows, Heather, that I talk about that just kind of, for me at least, it just didn't have any economic boundaries, gender lines. It didn't matter if you were white, black, brown, whatever. It was something that was relatable to everybody. So sitting up watching that show in Oakland made me feel like, damn, I'm friends with all of these people. Yeah. Because they're their high school was a little more fluffier than my high school, Oakland High.
Right.
But the issues were similar. The issues were the same. And now they're celebrating 30 years later.
Wow.
30 years anniversary of Saved by the Bell. And we could not talk about that if we didn't have the one and only. Matter of fact, DB, do it, man. Run it down the line.
Just do it. Just run it. Jump into it.
Go ahead.
Well, there's a popular EDM DJ. I'm gonna pivot a little bit, but there's a popular EDM DJ who goes by the name AC Slater.
Yes.
And a lot of people probably think that that's just his name that he just came up with out of thin air, but they don't realize that name comes from somewhere, and it comes from the guest who's sitting with us right now. You know him from America's Best Dance Crew. He's part of the MTV family, like yourself.
That's my brother.
You know what I mean?
That's my brother.
He found a lick with doing TV hosting. I mean, like the guy. I'm looking at the list of accomplishments and all the stuff that he's promoting right now, and I feel like I'm not doing enough with my life. But he's here right now, Mario Lopez. And also, congratulations on the new baby.
Thank you very much.
Yay.
I appreciate the nice intro. Thank you guys, man. Listen to you guys, so it's cool to be here. Thank you.
Oh no, that's dope. Cool, man. Nah, you done really well. In a business that could be really hard to sustain for so long.
Yeah.
Not only do we get older, you lose relevance. As people think you, because they don't see you every day, that you're not still working,
Right.
that you're not as talented, if not more talented than the people they do see every day. And then you got into this successful series, Saved by the Bell, and even the college years. I remember the college years as well, and all the offshoots that came from it. But you were able to transition well. What was the key to your transition, do you think?
Well, thank you, first of all. I mean, I feel very blessed that, my mom and dad were, I'm a child of immigrants, so the blue-collar folks, my mom and dad came from Mexico. My dad worked for the city. My mom worked for the phone company, and they always instilled a strong work ethic. Mm-hmm. So they were always and they never treated me different from my sister or anybody else. That was just some stuff that I did. That was just like the job. I just sort of kind of fell into that. And so, I always had a strong sense of family and a strong support system. And I never stopped trying to persevere and pursue goals, because as you know, it is sort of tough to transition from being a child actor into being taken serious as an adult in any sort of capacity.
Absolutely.
So, I'd always try to keep me out of trouble growing up in Chula Vista, which was a border town right there.
I know Chula Vista.
You know Chula Vista?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're from Oakland.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, I was like the only dancing, acting, wrestling kid that I knew in drama class, right? Because I had an activity every day after school, and it kept me busy enough to keep me out of trouble, but it also kind of opened up a lot of other doors later on in this entertainment field. And as my dad would say, now over 30 years being in the business, he said, "When are you going to get a real job?" He still says that? Teasing, because I feel so fortunate to be able to do what I do, but it is a lot of fun, and I see how hard my dad works, and all the rest of the family and stuff, and I never take it for granted, and I love entertainment. I love music. I love the movies. I love TV, and I love meeting the people behind it. So I really do love what I do, and I feel very blessed and fortunate to be able to continue to do it, and with everything going on,
Yeah, man, you kind of help reinvent what people expect from a host. Normally, you hosts were pigeonholed to what they were known for. So if you was a host in the rap game, you could only host in the rap game, rap shows. Yeah. You couldn't do anything else. You were the guy who could be placed in any, whether it's America's Next Best Dance Crew, whether it's Extra. I feel like you do the X Factor. Did you do that?
Yeah.
You did the
I
X
did that
Factor.
too.
Yeah, you did the X Factor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, Mario's. Damn, I ain't never gonna get hired again. I was like,
He got range.
He got range. This dude got range, right?
I mean, I love hosting. I love whether it's hosting barbecues at my house or having people over. I just think hosting has got to be in you. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be in you as a person. I love having people over, entertaining at my house. I want to make sure everybody's having a good time. I love walking in here. Y'all have the music playing. It was like a party. That's my kind of vibe. Yeah. So I love I love that. The sort of, and I think that's the same thing. You gotta sort of transcend and transfer over to whatever it is you're doing. And I think people can kind of recognize, and they're smart, if you're genuine or not, and if you like people, and if you like what you're doing, and if that comes across, then I think they'll relate to you. So I've been very fortunate in these different areas.
Man, Mario Lopez is here, 888-742-3345. 30th anniversary of Saved by the Bell. Who do you stay in touch with? Who are you still friends with?
You know what? I actually stay in touch with a lot of them, to tell you the truth. We all just kind of got together for dinner not too long ago, but just like this last week, coincidentally, Tiffany Thiessen, who played Kelly, like, my kids, and we got together, my wife and I, and her husband and stuff, and their kids. We went over to her house and she cooked, and it was kind of a trip to just see our kids playing, in the yard and see them together and stuff. So that's kind of cool. Everybody's married now, got kids and stuff, because it's 30 years later. So
Yeah, and even the fact that y'all got kids, you settled down now, but I can't even imagine what it must have been like. Woo! In the early days.
Oh yeah. Oh, I had.
Mario Lopez was it. Still are, but we respect you now because you're married.
Oh, thank you.
Single Mario Lopez.
Yeah. Oh man.
How wild was that guy?
You know what? Oh yeah, and I had a lot of fun. I ain't gonna lie. I had a lot of fun.
Nervous smile.
Yeah. No, I had a lot of fun, and I had a lot of older cousins, and yeah, I don't want to get myself in trouble. But I had a lot of fun. But I'm glad like I had like a fun run like that, because now I don't have any regrets, and I can really appreciate what I have now with my wife and my kids. I don't take it for granted, and now I'm too tired. I tell her, it's funny because I tell her right now, like, I'd be the worst single guy. I'm so tired all the time, and I'd be like, hey, you want to come over? Or no? All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm like happily married. It's like it's perfect right now where I'm at in my life, but I get to appreciate it more because I think of that run.
Yeah.
That's what I tell her too.
But you've done some really interesting things. I've always admired you. I feel like we've known each other for a long time, even though we never hung out or anything. But I would always see you, and I've always admired you. And I know how hard it is.
Likewise, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it, to be in the public eye. But I like when people have transformative moments in their life outside of what we see on the screen. And I read that you got baptized.
Yeah, that's right.
Was it last year?
Last year at the River Jordan in Israel.
River Jordan in
yeah,
Israel.
I mean, I've been, I'm Catholic and born and raised Catholic, but it was just sort of, that was always sort of like a bucket list thing to go to Israel, and I pretty much did everything that Jesus did in that trip.
Trying to tell Sway.
It's a really cool. It's
Mario, talk to your friend.
It's really, really cool, man. Not to sound corny, but it's kind of magical to go through all the steps that he went through, literally, and they've got it kind of down to a T, and you're going back thousands of years, and just the history and the culture and the religions and all that coming together, and all these people are so passionate. It was really cool, a different kind of trip.
Yeah, because what happens, I was raised Catholic too, and Sway get on me about the priests because they stay
the Catholic priests, the ones that be touching kids and stuff.
And I was telling him,
there's no co-signing of that.
But I was telling him, I ended up getting baptized the same way in the ocean and the river, because when you raise Catholic, they baptize us very differently. Like, it's a sprinkle.
Yeah.
You have your confirmation, your catechism, but it's not the same. You don't really feel baptized.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I get it.
So that was cool.
So the moment, just before
but you breaking it down.
The moment before they literally dumped your head in the water, what were you thinking?
I don't know. Like, I was just kind of, all kinds of emotions and stuff were going on, and I was there with a couple friends. I was kind of like, I wish my family's here. So I'm looking forward to taking the going back with the family when my kids are a little older and stuff, when they can really appreciate it more and stuff.
Would you, like, raising your kids Catholic, would you still let them get baptized in the Catholic Church like the normal traditional way, and then allow them to go?
Sure. I mean, they've both been baptized, and both of the kids are going to start. My youngest is going to be, I just had a baby, so he's only 2 weeks old. But the 5-year-old is going to start kindergarten with my daughter, who's a third grader, and so it's cool that they're going to be going to school together now. I'm a big fan of the uniforms and the whole structure. Like, the house is cool because it's just down the block, so that works out.
Yeah.
Geographical convenient.
Everything is about convenience for Mario right now.
Yeah. It's LA. There's all kinds of traffic, so that always works out.
Which makes sense, because now this dude won a Father of the Year award. Right?
Oh, nice.
I don't know how you do that, man. Who you got campaigning for you, man? How do
I
you
didn't even know that existed, by the way.
Me neither.
I got to come out to New York. That was kind of a really cool thing. No, but I am all about family, and I'm very, my mom and dad been together 50 years, right?
Oh, wow.
Which is really rare, obviously, these days. And I'm all about representing family, and I always say, Familia Lopez is all about the 5S, like family, faith, fitness, food, and fun. right?
Yeah.
And so we try to kind of stay in that wheelhouse, and that's our brand right there. Speaking of brand, which brings me to my segue.
Yes,
that's why
I like
we're
it.
happy
Yeah.
to be partnering with Office Depot, because all the kids right now are getting ready to go back to school.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is too early, man. Remember, we used to go back to school because we were about to say,
September.
like September after
Yeah,
Labor
yeah,
Day.
yeah.
Now they're going like in August, which is crazy. So parents
Get them
need to
kids
go.
in school, man.
Yeah, exactly right. They're trying to get them out
the
there.
streets, get them out the house.
No, but we like that company because it's it's family friendly. It's very affordable stuff, great stuff. You get all your supplies as well as all the tech stuff. So we just kind of want to raise the awareness that that's like a one-stop shop to get your kids ready and feeling confident for school.
What's those prices like though, man?
It's good. It's
It's
family
good?
friendly. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very
family
affordable.
friendly?
Yeah,
Okay, so-
exactly.
okay.
I wouldn't be supporting it otherwise.
Okay, I like that. It all works out. Everything's about convenience. He got 3 kids now.
Yeah.
He's saving on costs. He partners up with Office Depot. I get it,
because
Mario.
that Catholic school be adding up. So
Absolutely.
Uniforms, so
Absolutely.
yeah. Okay,
Yes,
there you
yes.
go.
And if you can afford them, he might hook you up, get your pool fixed.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's another nice segue. Look at my man right there.
Supersize my pool. I actually, King Tech, my partner, I started in a radio business with King Tech, and I have a home in the Valley, and we've had the same pool since we bought that home back in like 1995.
Well, there it is.
Yeah,
you a contender.
We need to supersize, right?
Do an
Well,
episode, Sway.
it's basically Pimp My Ride, but Pimp My Pool.
Yeah.
And they're all families, and some of these pools are like they're just old or kind of broken down and decrepit, or oftentimes like the contractors. There's a lot of shady contractors.
Yeah.
They'll start with the pool and then they'll leave them high and dry and rip them off and take the money, and then the yard's a mess. So there's no better feeling than to going and hooking people up and like helping them out, right?
Yeah.
So I go in there and I got like the team, and then we totally revamped. It's not just the pool, the whole yard, and we kind of trick it out. It ends up looking like a little Vegas resort, so it's fun.
So
Talk to him,
Sway,
have to
do an
talk to him, man, but
episode.
you gotta.
We
I
can-
can't say it to Mario. It's kind of wrong. If it's inappropriate if I say it, you got to say it.
Mario, when
got
is
hook-
the next season?
hook of
yeah,
Sway?
we'll do an episode. Then can we have a barbecue afterwards?
Yeah,
after
we always end it with a party.
for real.
Yeah.
Come on, Sway.
See?
When we going?
to.
Heather actually barbecued at Tech in my house.
House,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
But you see how old the pool looked when you were there. You made a you.
Well,
didn't even
you
wanna
had
jump
me
in.
working hard. I didn't have a chance to take a dip.
Okay,
but
like when the next season?
when the
y'all
next
film?
season?
That's why we're waiting to get that official pickup, but hopefully, and if there is one, man.
Yo, put-
I'm dead ass. Mario.
Okay,
I
okay.
swear,
We'll
this
come
is-
out there.
Let's get the numbers up too, baby. Come on, man. Come on, man. We've never let anybody in that house either. So I would
All right.
for you, man. It's
that would be crazy.
That'd be fun. Good
You have a
TV.
beautiful yard too. We could do like a broadcast barbecue, everything right there.
There you
okay.
go, producer.
Okay. Let's get it. Have the B. All
I'll
right.
be there. I'm on the grill.
Oh, so for the August 30th anniversary, what's going to be done for Saved by the Bell?
Wow, man, I don't know if there's anything planned necessarily at the moment. I didn't even know it was a 30-year. I can't believe that. When I heard that, I was like, damn. But
How can you not plan something?
well, I mean, we did a little something on the Tonight Show not too long ago, and there's kind of whispers about them wanting to kind of revisit, and it talks about reboots and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just I got a lot on the plate. So if it were to present itself, like I've got nothing but like good memories, and like I said, I'm cool with everyone, so I'm not opposed to it.
You're not opposed to
Oh
it.
no, not at all, not at all. Yeah, I wish my kids were older because in that way they can play them.
They could be your
Keep it in
kids.
the family.
That's true.
Yeah.
Plus, you still look the same as you did
Yeah, that's
in
right.
high school, so that
My
worked.
guy.
How
AC never graduated.
never graduated.
Career student.
Dummy. Jiu-jitsu, something we've had everybody on this show from Anderson. We've had all the
MMA.
Oh, nice.
fighters come up on this show.
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
the champions, John Jones, everybody's been up here. Back in the day, I wanted to train in jiu-jitsu. You're a wrestler. It made sense for you to go into it,
Right.
which explains why you like boxing as well, mixed
Right.
martial arts, contact sports. But what is it from jiu-jitsu? You just got your blue belt?
Yeah.
You just got your blue belt? But for people who understand, it's not just about violence and comeback. What are other ways that you benefit as a person from studying jiu-jitsu?
Well, jiu-jitsu, it's like physical chess.
Okay.
You're constantly thinking, and it's I got into it because I grew up wrestling and boxing, and I got my kid. They wouldn't let my son into the boxing gym that young, but he's physical like me and pretty hyper, so I needed an outlet, and so I've always admired jiu-jitsu, but I was kind of burnt out with wrestling. So long story short, I ended up taking him there, and when I saw him there and saw him training, I'm like, God, that's interesting, and I love their approach, and I love the way they're all about discipline and respect, and obviously it's with self-defense, and these kids come out of there with a lot of confidence. The men too, by the way, that take it, and I'm like, I want to learn with him, so I want to learn, and it could be a bonding thing. And then once I got into it, then I got hooked. So now I'm a little banged up even right now. I got a little something covering. So I was training here at the Henzo Gracie's yesterday. So now I love it. Yeah. So now I'm either boxing or rolling. That's what they call when you're doing jiu-jitsu, like almost every day. And so, I'm excited to get my other son. So my goal is to be a black belt and be able to give someday, and then to give my son hhis black belt. That'd be a very poignant moment for me.
You must be stressing your agents out doing this. Like, you're getting black eyes and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not. They're like, can't you play golf or something? I'm like, but it makes me feel young and kind of,
and vibrant.
And vibrant, exactly. Stay alive.
Have you ever had to use some of your teachings on a celebrity? You ever had to fight somebody?
I've sparred with a few celebrities.
Who?
I sparred. Let me see.
Who did well?
I sparred with Usher a couple times when he was preparing to play Ray Leonard.
How did that go?
It was cool.
Could he hit hard?
He was good. He was all right. He was all right. Yeah, he was athletic. He was athletic. Yeah, he was cool. Who else? Let me see. I was training with Wahlberg this last.
Mark Wahlberg.
He's good. He's a real cool dude.
Yeah.
And we work out all the time. Who else?
He looked like he'll knock you out though. Mark, did he throw some hard punches?
Yeah, Mark's a great guy. We didn't actually spar.
Okay.
We were just training, so we didn't actually spar yet. But he got an amazing gym at his house. I'm hoping we do get in there. But gosh, who else was I running around with in there? Gosh, so many. Matthew McConaughey's been in there too. With this is all Wild Card Boxing Club in Hollywood. So it's kind of neat to kind of see.
So you see everybody.
Adam Carolla, right there. Adam Carolla actually sparred.
You whooped Adam.
Yeah, Adam. Yeah, Adam tried to get cute, so I had to kind of give him a couple of body shots. Yeah, he didn't want to spar anymore. He stopped in the second round.
Yeah, okay. I knew you whooped somebody.
Yeah. Him, I can talk about whooping his ass.
That won't matter. But
I've been in there with Canelo, Pacquiao, those guys.
So
yeah.
It's different when you got a professional. They held back though. They didn't.
Oh man, they're super cool because they ain't got nothing to prove, and they're still, it's like you're trying to go one-on-one with Kobe Bryant, right? He ain't gonna,
he ain't gonna dunk on you.
Yeah, right. He could be cool, but it's a whole nother level. But they're so cool, and as long as you're respectful and everything's good. But I got in there, mixed it up. So it's kind of like a fun perk of the job, right? You get to roll around with these guys. But I got a boxing podcast too, so I'm really into the fight game. Like I really. With my buddy Steve Kim, who works for ESPN, and we've had everybody in the fight game, so I'm excited about that.
Shit, we need to.
You need to do the pod. Okay, it's the pool.
Okay, we're gonna
do
do. We're gonna do. Okay, Supersize My Pool on HGTV Saturdays at 9. Okay,
We'll have the food there too. That's part of the fun.
Okay,
and then y'all could go talk about boxing and everything else. Sway's a huge boxing
That's
fan.
awesome.
yeah,
huge.
Did you see the fight last week?
Of course.
Back and Thurman.
But I predicted it.
Yeah.
I said if it goes to distance, that Pacquiao would win by points, because I thought that he might be able to get inside on Keith Thurman, because Keith could sometimes swing kind of wild and slightly wide, and Pacquiao's experience and movement has always been the key to his success.
Right, his boxing IQ has gotten great. After he dropped him that first round, they hurt him with that body shot in that ninth. I thought he was unstoppable, but Thurman showed a lot of grit.
Now, but do you agree though? Now, do you agree with Sway after this fight that Pacquiao should maybe not take on like a Earl Spence or Crawford?
No, he don't even want to. Yeah, I was surprised he even wanted to take on Thurman at this point. No, I would love, because I was there when he came from Manila to Wild Card when he was only 112 pounds.
His first fight in the States?
Yeah. So when he first started, Ledwaba was his first title shot right there. And to see him go from barely having anything to now he's like a god in the Philippines and a senator and remains a humble, really cool dude too. It's pretty pretty incredible. That'd be a great moment. I mean, a great point to go out on, right?
Okay.
Like beating the undefeated champion, youngest welterweight champion, everyone. That'd be. But of course he's not. Of course he's not.
Because if he fights T-Bud Crawford is over.
He can't be messing with Crawford or Errol Spence.
No, he can't touch.
The most impressive thing about him, last thing, because I know it's ain't a boxing show, but the most impressive thing is his whole career has been essentially at welterweight, but he has to eat to stay at that weight. He's really a lightweight. He's a little dude.
Yeah.
He's a little dude and like a slight dude. He should be like a 135. But the fact that he's putting these ass whoopings on these big dudes, what makes it even that much more impressive.
So when there was rumors about him using enhancements,
I don't know. That was the craziest thing, because the dude has to eat to stay in. I seen it with my own eyes.
Okay.
He has to eat to stay in. He's a little little dude.
Yeah.
And a slight little dude. Fast, incredibly strong, and he's like a physical marvel.
So you didn't believe any of that?
No. He really is. Just because everybody didn't think, he can't be that fast and hit that hard. But he got big ass hands and.
Shit, man, I'm coming on your podcast.
Yeah.
Mario Lopez, man.
Yes.
Don't forget Office Depot back for
That's
back
right.
to school.
Parents and kids can go shopping at Office Depot. I know because it's around the corner from my house, so we there all the time. But you could get stuff for like the kids, and then you could get stuff for your home office too. And they have candy on the way check out. So I'm always grabbing like the stuff. I'm always in there, so I'm excited that you partner with them. That's pretty cool.
And Office Max as well,
Yes.
and then Access Hollywood. You're doing what are you doing with Access Hollywood?
I'm starting there September 9th in the fall. So doing the daily show and the night show. So
More money.
More
kids.
kids.
more kids. 30th anniversary of Saved by the Bell. And then watch for the next season of Supersize My Pool on HGTV, featuring the episode with Sway and Tech and Mario Lopez.
I love it. Party afterwards.
All right, there it is. Mario, thanks for coming through.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.